Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 2 of Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring. And where we left off, we were heading into the Old Forest because we are afraid of the Black Rider. So, let's start the episode.
Hello? Merry? Pippin? Sam? Where are you?
Oi! Frodo!
We're over here!
And lost by the looks of it. These trees have a mind of their own.
Stay where you are. I'll find you.
Yep, stay where you are. And hopefully the sound is okay. I was listening to to my previous episode actually. And what I noticed was the fact that my voice was a bit too quiet compared to the music in the game. So hopefully now it's a bit better. I tried lowering the volume in the game, but it doesn't seem to affect it by much if I'm looking at
This forest, it's as if it had a mind of its own.
my settings OBS. But anyway, basically, here is how the adventure of the Hobbit went. After they have gone from Hobbiton, the Black Rider was still a threat, the Black Rider. So, in order to prevent that threat, they
We're over
decided
here.
to cut through the Old Forest. A forest that, was quite dreaded by the hobbits. Not a lot of them went into it, and the reason for that was because the forest has a bad reputation. Basically, the forest tried to get into Hobbiton to extend its reach into the Shire, actually, and Hobbiton. And what happened was that the hobbits were not very happy with that. So what did they do? They start the war with the forest, and the war didn't went very well. Basically, for the forest, I'm saying the hobbits trimmed the forest would grow again. The hobbits trimmed again the forest would again grow, and so on and so forth. So at some point, the hobbits decided to just set the forest on fire, and that worked. That created like a no man's zone between the border of the Shire and the forest. Also, the border of the Shire was protected by the forest come on, by an system of hedges, basically very tall hedges that had some keys in there. Oh man, these spiders are relentless. They are murdering my friend. I'm kidding, they cannot die. They do the same damage that you do, but they have unlimited health, your companions. That's but the spiders, the hitbox for their attack is so big that it can hit you very hard, and from what direction that you do not expect. So anyway, basically the hobbits put the forest on fire, if I remember correctly. That's it. I read the books quite a long time ago, and in the movies they don't appear. So yeah, it's interesting forest. It is hinted that this is a forest that was cared for by the Entwives that Treebeard is looking for, and they have moving trees, the horns, and so on and so forth. So basically, it's an ancient forest, like the Fangorn forest, and this is why it's thought that here in this forest was also ants and Entwives, perhaps, and a very old forest, and it's home to one character that we are going to meet a bit later, and I'm going to spoil it. Sorry. It's Tom Bombadil, and it's interesting because Tom Bombadil is a character that we don't have a lot of information on who he is. I will comment more on them when we arrive at that point, but basically he's a very interesting character. We don't have a lot
Oi!
of info on him, on who he is and what he does. But yeah, I will yeah, talk a bit more about him a bit later when we will get to the point in which we will actually meet him. And yeah, basically they have a bit of an adventure here in the forest, because yeah, the forest is alive and the forest has a dislikes of hobbits and of travelers in general. People are quite wary of venturing into the forest because all of these reasons, and yeah, it's as far as they go, they prefer to avoid it. And yeah, Frodo didn't took this path because he wanted to, he took it because it was a need, he needed to, and that's something that's very frequent in the Lord of the Rings and in Tolkien's lore. The fact that the hero takes the harder part not because he wants to, but because he needs to. So they take the Moria, they go through Moria not because they wanted to go to Moria, no, they wanted to stay far away from Moria, and they tried to get through the Kalahar Pass, but they were stopped by Saruman and his magic. And also it was quite late to try to pass the pass, but also yeah, Saruman intervened in order to stop them. So they were forced to go through Moria, not because it was the easiest path, and Gandalf was, yeah, he knew more about Moria than the rest, and while the rest they were very happy and said, oh yeah, Moria, dwarves, yay, the kingdom reborn. Gandalf was a bit more cautious about that option. But anyway, also the hobbits here, they didn't venture into the forest because they wanted to. They ventured into the forest because they had no other choice. If they could have chosen, they would have chosen to go a different way, but they had no other choice. And yeah, the forest was the most dangerous path that they could take. And yeah, that's very interesting, this kind of idea. And also when Aragorn goes through the path of the damned in order to make that mountain man fulfill their oath to Isildur and to Isildur's heir, he went there not because he wanted to, but because he needed their help. He needed those people to help him win the war, and this is why he actually went that way. And yeah, it was not the easiest path, it was actually the hardest path and the most dangerous path. And yeah, but still he needed to take that path. He had no choice. And yeah, that's a common theme in Tolkien work, the journey of the hero, and in a way this humanizes the hero, because yeah, you see the hero as people who does extraordinary things because he wants to do it. But Tolkien, I feel that he shows a hero that does things not because he wants to, but because he needs to. He does extraordinary things because he needs to do it, not because he wants to. And that's very present in Tolkien work. And yeah, they portray the heroes as people who basically, if they could have chosen, they would have chosen the easier path. But because they cannot choose, they go the hard route. And going the hard route actually manages to change them. And oh look, there is a tree that wasn't there. Oh, what we are going to do. But anyway, that's what I find interesting in its work. And also, yeah, a great theme in Tolkien's work is the theme of destiny. But the destiny, it's always intertwined with human choices. Like, for example, in Turin, in the tale of Son of Hurin, Turin and Tuor, both sons had an extraordinary journey, but one of them chose to be blinded by pride, and while blinded by pride, he was very easy prey for the enemy, while the other one chose not to do, to let pride blind him. And yeah, he had a much well, how can I say, he had a better outcome for his situation than the first one. Oh, no shrooms here. Oh yeah, this one is a bit confusing at first. But yeah, if we go down there, we are going to find Sam, the last of the characters. But first we have to go to some spiders. So yeah, it's always interesting the fact that yeah, the hero takes the hard part because he has to, and also the fact that yeah, pride plays a big role in
I never
downfall
thought
of people.
potatoes could smell so good. A good meal will definitely ease my mind about this place.
But where is this place?
Very close to the Withywindle Valley, but we shouldn't get any closer.
Why not?
The Withywindle Valley is said to be the strangest part of the whole forest, the center from which all the strangeness comes, as it were.
Can you lead us around the valley, Mary?
I thought I could, but the way these trees shift about, I don't know. It's like they're leading us there.
Mary thought he knew his way around this forest. But how can anyone find their way when the forest won't stand still?
Do you know one of those trees stuck a branch out at me? Nearly tripped me, it did.
I'm sorry I led us into such a dangerous place, but at least we've shaken off that Black Rider.
Yeah, we've shaken off that Black Rider. Okay, and here there are some shrooms and yeah, mushrooms. Not shrooms. Not drugs, they are not doing drugs. So yeah. Anyway, it's also interesting to see, it will be actually I will talk after the boss fight. We will have a boss fight, so I'm going to save before, just to make sure. But yeah, we'll have a boss fight after the cutscene.
Can't go on. Oh, must have nap.
It's cool under the willows. Less flies.
I don't like this tree. I don't trust it. Hear it singing about sleep? That's not right. It's not right at all.
We can't sleep yet. We must get clear of this place.
Frodo is the only one who has some sense of danger between all of those. Everyone is like, oh, we are going to sleep. Okay, stay a bit and then move to the side, go back, smack it. Stay a bit, move to the side, don't get caught. Stay a bit, move to the side. Hit and rise and repeat. This is basically what we have to do for this boss fight. Until I figure out what I have to do, that boss fight was so infuriating because if you hit its trunk too many times, he will crush Mary and Pippin, and yeah, you will insta-lose the game. And I hope you remember to save in this game because the game, it's automatically game over if you don't save. So yeah, you lose, you fail at the critical objective, and you have to do it. And here you see this one.
Whoa! Steady there, little fellows. Where be you a-going to, eh? Puffing like a bellows. What's the matter then? Come now, tell me what's your trouble.
My friends are caught in that willow tree.
Old Man Willow! I know the rhyme for him. I'll chant his marrow cold if he don't behave himself. You let them out again, Old Man Willow. You should not be waking. Eat earth, drink water, go to sleep. Bombadil is talking.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Very much.
Well, my little fellows, you shall come to the house of Tom Bombadil.
Where?
Time enough for questions around the supper table. Come now, and help Tom find lilies for fair Lady Goldberry. After that, we shall sit down to a table laden with cream, honeycomb, and white bread and butter.
What are we waiting for? The sooner we find lilies, the sooner we can eat.
Yeah, what you hear there is that no meat. So it's only for a vegan only. This kind of meal that they are going to get at Tom Bombadil's house. And yeah, I will continue talking. I will talk about Tom Bombadil a bit later, but I wanted to continue talking about the theme that is very prevalent in Tolkien's work. The theme of the pride, like the biggest basically weapon of the enemy, of the bad guy, is making people prideful. For Túrin was the same, goading their pride, basically. For Feanor was the same when he made the Silmaril, and yeah, he made him prideful of his work and then afraid that people are going to steal his work because they are envy of him. And yeah, lying and making people prideful, that's the biggest thing that you see the enemy do in Tolkien universe. And yeah, might not seem much, but it's very dangerous. And also in real life, pride and lies that can ruin a man's life, basically. Oh, he hit me. Here is another water lily, if we go that way. Basically, it's in a way it's interesting. Where are my friends? I lost them. Oh yeah, here they are. In a way, it's interesting because I think it's also this idea is also based on his life. And yeah, Tolkien was a Christian, actually a devout Anglican. Quite an old school guy. He didn't like that the Mass was not recited in Latin anymore, but in English. So whenever the Mass was recited, he would recite it loudly in Latin when everyone else did it in English. Yeah, he had his work. But what I wanted to say through this is that through this one, with pride and lies, this is the same tactics that the devil uses in Christians' life to make them fall, make them prideful and lying to them, make them lying to them about the character of God, lying to them about the certainty of salvation, lying to them about a lot of things, basically, in order to make them fall and get them away from God. And this is also big theme in Tolkien work. The evil is always lying and being deceitful, and and well, that's true. Like I said, for Christians also the devil is called the father of the lies, and he does that every time, and goating or pride. And even in the Bible and in real life we have a lot of examples of people who got full of pride and then fall down. You don't really see successful people who are very prideful, or at least they remain successful for a while and then they fall because of their pride. But yeah, anyway. That's one of the thema that I saw, and yeah, here Lady Goldberry, the wife, so to speak, of Tom Bombadil. Yeah, Tom Bombadil had a wife, and he basically, if I remember correctly the story, I might not, it was a long time ago that I read about Tom Bombadil. He earned his wife's approval with water lilies. And why water lilies? Because his wife is a water nymph, basically a daughter of the water. It says later when we meet her that yeah, she's a daughter of the water. So the water lilies are her favorite flowers, and Tom Bombadil bring it to her. And later on we'll see dialogue that Tom Bombadil has when he describes himself, and that has led to a lot of speculation, but I will talk more about it when we get to that point in time, because yeah, that's part of the dialogue led to a lot of speculation from fans and from Tolkien scholars. Ooh, need to run. Oh no, that's not good for us and for our health. And why has led that? Because Tolkien himself is not very clear about who Tom Bombadil is. You only see this character in this part of the novel, and a bit at the end when you see Galadriel, Gandalf, who was Celebrimbor of the Master of Greyhaven. I forget his name, sorry. You see them talking together with Tom Bombadil and sharing stories about ages past and things like that. So he appears also there, and it seems that Gandalf knows Tom quite well. Because yeah, at some point there is the idea to, oh, let Tom have the ring, because Tom Bombadil was the only one that was not affected by the ring, which is interesting because he's the only character in the entire story of Lord of the Rings that is not affected by the ring in any way. The ring has no power over him. He cannot make him greedy like the ring made the dwarves. He cannot corrupt them with power like he did to the humans. He cannot even turn him invisible. For him, basically, the ring does nothing. He can put it on the finger, look through it, make it disappear also. At some point during the dinner that we are going to get with him and his wife, he toss the ring in his air, make it disappear, and Frodo is very, oh no, what happened? And then make it appear again, the ring. So basically, it's very, very interesting that character, and we don't know who he is. And yeah, I will speculate a bit more after we finish this part with the spiders. They kind of need a bit of help, but I want to don't get hit too much. I don't want to have to redo the part of things like that. And yeah, you have more than enough lilies for his wife, but I also want to show you where you can pick all the mushrooms and all the lilies if you don't want to follow the same path that I took. So yeah, you can actually hit multiple enemies with one hit, which is nice. And this is for hobbits. We will get later to play with as Aragorn, and Aragorn is a bit more powerful. And yeah, it's a bit OP actually. And yeah, hopefully this recording will go well, because I had problems actually recording this game, and this is the third take that I take for this portion, because always at the end I had problems with the game freezing, with the game crashing, and while the game crashed, also crashed my whole computer. So a lot of the time the recording was unsalvageable. So yeah, that's the not so nice things. Okay, but you can jump back with space, and every character has another action that he can do with space. So yeah, with the hobbits you can jump back, with other characters you can do other things. And we are going around, we are going to the end of the map and then coming back around, basically. And yeah, yeah, it's a very interesting character, Tom Bombadil, and his wife, Goldberry. And yeah, in this part it says that he's the master of his own realm. Basically, he had set himself some borders. He had chosen to basically set himself some borders, and it's implied that in these borders he can do anything that he wants. He can appear out of thin air, he can travel basically hundreds of kilometers of yeah, in an instant. And we'll see that happening a bit yeah, in a moment, a bit later in this episode, and also in the book. So in this domain of his, he's almighty basically, but he has chosen to restrain his domain to this part. Why? We don't know. Actually, it never says. The book never says. The movie never says why he chose to restrain himself to this particular area. It's the old forest and the Barrow Downs, but he did, and it's almighty. In this area he does whatever he wants, and everything listens to him. And yeah, it's interesting, because yeah, basically it's said that yeah, his power is, it's hinted that his powers is tied to this world. Basically, Gandalf said that at some point, even if they give the ring to Tom Bombadil, even if Tom Bombadil won't lose the ring because he doesn't care about the ring, he's, yeah, he doesn't care about the struggle, about the ring, about anything like that. He's just enjoying the nature and enjoying his realm. Yeah, even if he wouldn't lose it, but at some point the enemy, the Sauron and orcs and Morgoth and everyone would corrupt the earth. At some point they will be able to beat him and perhaps make him lose his powers, but that's a theory. It's yeah, it's what Gandalf says, but even Gandalf doesn't know very well who Bombadil is basically. And yeah, we are going to go and talk with him.
Fair lilies for the fair
As we
river
have gathered
daughter.
everything.
Come, let us go to meet her.
Yep, let us go to meet her.
Come, dear folk, laugh and be merry. I am Goldberry, daughter of the river.
Here's my Goldberry.
You are still afraid, perhaps, of mist and tree shadows. Fear nothing, for tonight you are under the roof of Tom Bombadil.
Who are you?
Eh, what? Don't you know my name? It's the only answer. For who are you without your name? But you are young and I am old. Eldest, that's what I am.
Tom was here before the river and the trees. Tom remembers the first raindrop, the first big people, and the first little people. He was here before kings and Barrow-wights, before the elves passed westward, and before the seas were bent. Before the Dark Lord came from outside.
His precious ring has no power over Tom Bombadil. And now, merry friends, it is time for our supper.
We ate our first good meal in a long time, singing songs and telling tales until late in the night. We slept peacefully and were refreshed enough to continue our journey.
Keep to the green grass as you go, lads. Don't go meddling with old stone or prying into the houses of old dead Barrow-wights. Here's a song to sing should you fall into any danger. Oh, Tom Bombadil, oh, by water, wood, and hill, by the reed and willow, by fire, sun, and moon. Hearken now and hear us, come Tom Bombadil, for our need is near us.
Thank you, Tom Bombadil.
Speed now, fair guests. North with the wind in the left eye and a blessing on your footsteps. Make haste while the sun shines. Farewell, friends. It was a merry meeting.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Sorry, I pressed something, yeah. Other than I should. And we are going to go for some mushroom hunting. So, yeah, as you could hear from his wife's tale, basically he was here before a lot of things happened. Basically, he was here, yeah, ancient. From the beginning of this, basically, world, so to speak. He was here because before the fall of Numenor. He was here before Morgoth returned. He was here before anything happened in the history of this, yeah, this world. So the theory, some say that it's just Ilúvatar, basically the creator of everything, the creator of Maiar, the creator of yeah, even yeah, Morgoth of, and which was a Maiar that rebelled. And this idea with Maiar of, so to speak, angels that rebel against God, it's also an inspiration from the Bible, because the Bible states that, yeah, tell us that at some point an angel of God rebelled against God, and yeah, he wanted to become God, but he was cast aside, and he paid for his folly, being forever damned. And the same theme you see here, basically. Morgoth, a Maiar, which is, yeah, a sort of angel here. He, oh yeah, smack that wolf. He rebelled against Ilúvatar and was cast down, and basically he became the enemy, and whatever the Maiar did, Morgoth seek to pervert it. So basically the world was made and remade again, because what the other Maiars were doing during the day, he would destroy during the night. And yeah, it's the struggle between the forces of good and evil, basically. That's the whole idea of this. And yeah, here are some more mushrooms. We are going to collect them. Not that we are going to use it, but yeah, whatever. So yeah, and one of the theories just that it's in a way Ilúvatar, the creator, who is enjoying his creation. Because yeah, he seems to be almighty, all present, all the characteristics that God has. And the other is that, well, he's just one of the Maiar, one of the first Maiar who just enjoys himself in Middle-earth. He doesn't care about politics, he doesn't care about other things. He just wants to enjoy the world that was created. And yeah, it's also interesting to note that in Tolkien's work, nobody knows what is the fate of humans. You have elves, and they will live in Vanilor. You have dwarves, and at some point they will, yeah, disappear and so on. But nobody actually knows what the fate of the humans have. And even when elves die, they go to the halls of one Maiar, and at some point they are getting resurrected, but they are getting resurrected in Vanilor, basically, not in Middle-earth. And yeah, but the humans, nobody knows where they go. It's a secret that only the creator knows. And the idea was that even when a elf renounces his immortality, and by the way, only a half elf can do that. Elf that comes from a half elf lineage, how Elrond was. He was half elf and half human, or only one of that
The Barrow
can
Downs.
do.
Even Tom is cautious about this place.
Or a children between an elf and a human, or someone coming from that lineage, because Arwen was made with an elf mother, and she had some brothers, but she could choose because Elrond was half elf.
We're not far from the main road by my reckoning.
Splendid. If we keep this pace, we'll leave the Barrow Downs by sunset tomorrow.
Not soon enough for my liking. I don't trust what's hiding in the fog on the Barrow Downs.
You don't believe stories about old dead Barrowites?
Not until today, but Tom said otherwise.
Tom is the only one not affected by the ring. I wonder why.
He was here before the Dark Lord came from outside. Outside what, I wonder?
And whatever did he mean by eldest?
And why didn't he serve bacon, or cutlets, or sausages?
I don't like spending the night among these burial stones. They look like giant teeth coming up from the ground.
If half the stories I've heard about the Barrow Downs are true, we'll need to keep a careful watch.
Enough storytelling. Let's get to sleep. Sam? Mary? Pippin? Where are you? Where could they be? Sam? Mary? Anyone? Where are you?
Yep, where are they? Wonder. Anyway,
Fog here is quite thick indeed.
here we'll have like a lot of guys that we cannot fight. They appear in pairs and they take a lot of hits in order to get killed, so we are not going to fight them. Basically, we are just going to run away from them and try to get the mushrooms along the way. Not every part here has mushrooms, and if I missed some mushroom, it's okay. Oh yeah, that's a dead end, I forgot about that. Here are some mushrooms. Here are some mushrooms. So yeah, basically this is the mystery of Tom Bombadil, and yeah, like I said, continuing the discussion, nobody knows where the elves or the hobbits, by the way, are going, and like I said, only Lúthien, the only elf that was actually granted the fate of the human, the true fate of the human, was Lúthien. Oh man, Beren and Lúthien. She was the only one that was granted the fate of the human. That was the only one. The rest of the elves, yeah, they could like share the mortality, so they could grow old and die as humans do, but they would never ever share the fate of the human. They would go back to the Mandos place and they will rest there for a while, and Mandos would set them free after a while, depending, yeah, in a way, on how good they were, so to speak. Because yeah, some elves were evil, or maybe not so evil, but they were prideful and yeah, full of not so good things. So yeah. Oh yeah, we must go.
Sam, Mary, wake up, all of
Otherwise
you.
we
I've got to set them
cannot
free. Get them out
beat
of
this
here.
one.
It'll take
So,
a special weapon to stop this
We
thing.
take the
If
weapon.
anything can.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. The game is a bit finicky with some things. Come on. Save. Yeah. To save. We try to make it to. Oh. Oh no. Okay. Bad news. The game just crashed. Okay. So we are back. Unfortunately, the game just decided to crash. So we have to redo this part. I'm sorry for that, I'm truly sorry. The game is very buggy in this regard, and when it crashes it's just annoying to deal with. But now, hopefully yeah, that can kill me right away. The fact that he's keeping that part. Okay, this time it didn't crash, that's good. So yeah, I'm going to say I got a bit screwed by the game. Okay, 2 times, 3 times, and almost killed me like there. He started spewing his green thing, and yeah, it's not pretty. So you have to hit it 5 times. Oh. Yeah. Okay, will you just throw up? Yeah. Okay, 4 times. I'm going to save again before the final hit in order to have a safety. Save. Oh no. That didn't kill me. That's interesting. Usually it kills me. But yeah, that's the problem with this game. Okay. He just tried to hit me. I managed to dodge. Okay. And finally, we
Why
have
didn't we
killed
listen
it.
to Tom? Wait, perhaps Tom is near. Oh, Tom Bombadil, Tom Bombadillo, by water, wood and hill, by the reed and the willow, by fire, sun and moon, hearken now and hear us. Come, Tom Bombadil, for our need is near us.
Well, little friends, old Tom has answered your call. Get out, old white, vanish in the sunlight, shrivel like the cold mist till the world is mended. Out into the barren lands far beyond the mountains. Come never here again, leave your barrow empty, lost and forgotten be, darker than the darkness, where gates stand forever shut till the world is mended.
I don't know what's scarier, the
Thank
rage
you,
of
Tom.
The spell on
Bombadil
this barrow
singing.
lies broken, and no wight shall ever come back to it. I've scattered the barrow's treasures. They're free to all finders. Old Tom has taken a pretty toy for his lady, and here are some fine blades for young hobbits who go walking into dark and danger.
It's perfectly clean, untouched by time.
Yes, thank you again.
They were forged long ago by the men of Westerness across the sea in ancient Numenor. They cast spells on their blades for the bane of the Dark Lord. Their kings of Numenor are forgotten now, but their sons wander in loneliness, guarding simple folk from wicked things.
I wonder if this blade can hurt one of the Black Riders.
Old Tom shall see you safe over the borders of his land. From there you should travel to Bree, a fair village. Stay the night at the Prancing Pony Inn.
Fair advice. Lead the way.
Ready to follow Tom, then?
Indeed. The further we are from the barrows, the better.
Let us speed on our way.
We left the cold stone fields of the Barrow Downs and arrived at the hillside village of Bree, home to both hobbits and big folk. We said goodbye to Tom and entered Bree, seeking a warm fire and a door between us and the night. At last we found a cheerful inn with the sign of the Prancing Pony.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know what it's more scary, the Barrow White or Tom Bombadil singing. That was quite scary. But yeah, he could not let the hobbits go unattended, so he personally escorted them out. That's, yeah, the take on the last cutscene. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you find the discussion interesting. And yeah, see you in the next episode, in which we'll explore the city of Bree. Take care and bye bye.